Hi, welcome to my channel, Talk Yakatero. Today is December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2024. Tomorrow is going to be Christmas Day. I don't know if I'm going to be posting tomorrow, but we'll see what happens, right? Christmas Eve. So I do this like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days. There's a week left of the year. That's it. We're like the final stretch. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. My lighting is up here today because I wanna. It hasn't been up there for a while. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and get you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force them to be your story. All right. Hold on. Okay, so I did my intro, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to start pulling cards. I had one of the, funniest dreams last night. I kind of know why, but part of me is just like, what the heck, right? Alright, let me not get into that. So alright, so I'm gonna start pulling cards. There's like an energy of like fighting back or like taking back your control. More like against like fear or something like that, right? Fighting against fear, I guess. Let's see what happens. There's also something very important or significant about watermelons as well. I know. You know what? Let me, because I'm already on the subject, right? You know, also, I was seeing the ones, okay, yesterday, the song that popped into my head was Loverboy by Mariah Carey. Oh, no. Let me look this thing up about watermelons. Watermelons symbolized life and love. My right armpit. It's like life and love, abundance and fertility, and were popularly used in Mexico's Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead celebration imagery and altar offerings. Many Mexican artists choose the subject honoring folk culture traditions that saw fecundity and promise in the big red fruit. Oh, right, because the inside is red. Wow, watermelons represent, okay, A symbol of Palestinians' public expression and protest and artworks representing the struggle against the Israeli occupation of the Palestinian territories. So it's just overcoming struggles, and it's a symbol of life, abundance, and fertility. I mean, a symbol of liberation and self-reliance. Okay, so I guess I should tell you the dream. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it, like, right? Well, I mean, to me, it's funny. After the American Civil War, in several areas of the South, former slaves grew watermelon on their own land as a cash crop to sell. Thus, for African Americans, watermelons were a symbol of liberation and self-reliance. Emphasizes the complaints of the Israelites in the desert, and metaphorically polarizes the watermelon that they had in Egypt in abundance with the horrid dryness of the Sinai desert because of its high water content. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. May improve exercise performance, boost antioxidants, including vitamin C, carotenoids, lycopene, and sucrabitacein E, all of which are beneficial for your health and watermelon as well as other food sources. Blah, 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 blah. Good fortune, a harbinger of prosperity. Let me see something. Oh, seeing a watermelon. I saw 2 watermelons in your dream. It means that you're going to be fruitful. Life and love, abundance and fertility. Emotions of love, desire, lust, and fiery passion. That makes sense. Okay, let me look up this one last thing and then I'll tell you the dream that I had. I don't know, it's kind of like funny to me, but I remember I felt it. Oh wow, fertility for those seeking parenthood, good things ahead for the dreamer, fulfillment of a positive relationship. Watermelons are considered full of wonderful fruit and liquid, giving refreshing feelings both gastronomically and emotionally in a way. Watermelon seeds symbolize fertility, and their round shape symbolizes family reunion. In Shanxi, watermelons will often be cut to be shaped like a lotus flower as a symbol of good fortune for the year. This is one of the few Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival beliefs. But you're not supposed to eat the seeds as they contain cyanide and sugar compound known as amygdalin. When metabolized, it breaks down into hydrogen cyanide. In all cases, the toxin is inside the seeds and will not be exposed to the body unless the seed is chewed. Okay. So, kind of like apple seeds. Apples, you can make cyanide from apple seeds. I don't know if you know that, but that's kind of like where cyanide comes from. That toxic poison is from apple seeds, right? Alright, I think I got enough. I had a dream, right? And I'm just going to tell you like this one part of the dream. And the one part of the dream, there were like these 2 like watermelons, right? But something happened to the watermelons. They were like possessed or like demonic or something like that, right? And so they were trying to like chase me around and like attack me and things like that. And at one point I hid inside of a cupboard, right? Because the watermelons kept banging on it, right? And they were like these evil little things. There were like 2 of them. And they were like these evil little things, and at one point, like, that's where I was talking about, like, overcoming the fear, because in the beginning, I was afraid, I was scared, I was like, oh my god, but then, it clicked, they're just watermelon, they're a piece of freaking fruit. So I got tired of being scared, and tired of hiding, so in the dream, I went to the kitchen, And I was looking for something to chop up the watermelon, but I knew it couldn't be just any knife, right? So I grabbed like one of those like steak butcher ones, right? And I went hunting for the watermelons in the home. And I found one of them, and I was like, wow! And like it cut right in there, and I cracked it open, and I just ate all the seeds that were in the watermelon. And then I went looking for the other one, and the other one was like hiding and running away. That's because I got tired. I'm like, you're not about to bother and attack me. I'm gonna eat you. So I think that's why like it's funny to me, because, you know. And I remember I felt the seeds. I felt all the seeds. Like I swallowed all the seeds. I felt all of it. But I didn't chew it. I just swallowed it. All the seeds, I swallowed it. And there was a lot. Those watermelons, they were like, what's the word I'm looking for? Engorged. Like, they were plump watermelons. And they had nothing but seeds inside of them. And the seeds were like, they were seeds of plenty. I can't even count how many seeds there were. There was a lot of seeds. And I remember I felt them going down my gullet, and I swallowed them. So I feel like for some of you, you're taking back control. And I also feel like there could have been a part of you. Sorry, I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. It's in my brain. I'm trying to get it out. For a lot of you, there could have been parts of you, or a part of you, that was like afraid of your own abundance, afraid of your own gifts, afraid of the fruits that you are in charge of, you are supposed to bear, the blessings, the lineage, the inheritance, the gifts, abilities, blah blah blah. For a lot of you, because I remember there was a time in my life where I was like afraid to like look at my dreams. Right, I was afraid to like listen. It was just like, because there a lot comes with that, right? And a lot of it is responsibility, right? That's why a lot of people like are afraid to become parents, because becoming a parent means a level of responsibility that you have to. That it's your responsibility. You're in charge of this. No one else. It's you. You're the father. You're the mother. You are in charge of this little tiny blessing that is your responsibility 24/7, whether it's a parent, whether it's a job title, whether it's a gift, whether it's an ability, whether it's an inheritance, whatever this is, it's yours to maintain, yours to cultivate, yours to nourish, yours to grow, yours to be in charge of. You are in charge of this, right? And for some of you, you could have been afraid of your own harvest, and that's something that you had to overcome, right? Like, you have all these seeds that you have to plant, and you have a massive responsibility, a massive purpose. And for a lot of you, you were afraid of that because the responsibility that it bears, right? That's whoa! I gotta be in charge of that. I gotta make these decisions. I gotta make sure this and that and blah blah blah. Like, it's a lot. But I feel like a lot of you have overcome that. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23:6. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Yeah. I feel like there was like a level of uncertainty, a level of doubt, a level of fear that you had to overcome. Right. For some of you, like in the dream, it was like these little possessed demonic watermelons, and I'm like, first of all, seeing watermelons in your fruit is a sign of like bearing fruit. Like, it's fruit. It's any fruit in your dream. But you got to be careful of rotten fruit, right? That's a whole different thing. But fruit, like, they were like engorged and round and plump, right? And it's just like, that's already like kind of a good sign. But some people, you can't be afraid. Some people are afraid of their own blessings, right? And I feel like you overcoming that fear and taking control back of your blessings, your inheritance, the seeds that you're supposed to sow, and blah 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 blah, right? I feel like a lot of that is like, you're sure, no matter what happens, God's got you. As long as you maintain that faith with the Most High God, you're going to be good. You're going to be taken care of. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. I feel like you guys had to get to that part where it's just like, well, what if, which was like the fear, right? Hiding from the watermelons and blah, 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 to what is there to be afraid of? What is there to be scared of? For what? You know, and then that's overcoming that fear. And now you know your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that's basically saying, I got this. I can handle this. I'm good. All the seeds that are meant to be for me, that are meant for me to sow and plant and cultivate and grow and blah, 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 it's being done. Okay, so that's that. But it was so funny because it's like, you ever see like those games where like those fruit and they're just like, rawr. It was like, and it was just so funny because I remember at one point in the dream I was in the cupboard and I'm like, yo, am I really getting frightened by some fruit like watermelons? And all they're doing is just banging and rawr, and like they're just scare tactics, trying to intimidate me, trying to scare me. And for some of you, that could have also been a test. That could have also been God like testing you to see if you're even capable of overcoming what you perceive to be a fear. Mommy, yes, baby. Okay, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that was part of like God just saying like, if you can handle, like, let's see if you can overcome the fear of this responsibility, and if you can do that, if you can overcome the fear of this responsibility, right? And then when I cracked open the watermelon, I opened it and I guzzled down all the seeds. It's like, if you can overcome this responsibility, that's going to literally open the door, open the gates for an abundance of blah, 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 right? But you got to overcome the fear. You got to catch that watermelon. You got to overcome the fear. You got to face it. Because once you do that, it's a plethora of amazing abundance and fertility and fruitfulness and la 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 la. Also, side note, so I'm remembering I did a crossword puzzle. I think it was like a couple weeks ago or last week. I like crossword puzzles, but I was doing a crossword puzzle, right? And it was one of the words down, and it said male cat. And if you don't know, but a word for male cat is a tomcat, right? Fun fact. And I literally just stepped on this book, and it says Cold Tom, right? It's a Scholastic books. And as soon as I saw that, I thought of a male cat from the crossword puzzle that I did. So I feel like there's like a man, a masculine, it could be a woman in masculine energy, but there is a masculine energy that feels that they are out in the cold. Literally, it says Cold Tom. And the word for a male cat is a tomcat, right? So there's a man out in the cold. This man could be like fleeing from something that he once knew, and he's trying to, like, he's out in the cold trying to start over. I mean, this could be you too, trying to discover yourself, trying to figure out who you are, blah 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 blah. Or this could be like a man that's just now discovering themselves or trying to. I'm not trying to get into that because that's going to be like a whole, I feel like that's going to divert. Alright, so that's that, right? Alright, now, clarifying life situations. I'm going to get like one or two of these. I'm hearing that song again in my head, Loverboy by Mariah Carey. I love that song though, I really do. What happened? Your book is right there. Cold Tom. Be here now. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. Okay, that's really good. You're being more aware, being more present, right? Instead of like, what if? It's kind of like, let me do what I can right now, right? And because you're in that energy of doing what you can right now, it's opening doors and helping you walk into your blessings and blah, 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 blah. Right? You're also finding a lot of, there's more, you're gaining a better sense of peace, right? Because if you're like, well, if I don't, well, what if, you're not in that energy, you're in the energy, okay, well, what can I do right now? So then you make those decisions right now, do those actions right now, and it alleviates a lot of the what ifs, right? There's a sense of peace on being able to take action now instead of being in the what if. Oh, no, you're fine. Worth the effort, fell out. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to rewarding discoveries. Yeah. That is so funny. Look. Yeah. Worth the effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to rewarding discoveries. Yeah. Because you're finally like, why am I going to be afraid of freaking watermelon? They're just bumping on the door. And I feel like for some of you, and they may not have even been like demonic or like possessed or anything. It was just the insurmountable fear that came with these responsibilities and these roles and these gifts and these inheritances and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like for a lot of you, you psyched yourself up. Like you overhyped the fear in your mind. Like you were more afraid. Like it was worse in your head than the reality of it. And that you just have to overcome that somehow, some way, right? And so God's like, you just got to overcome if you just overcome this and you do what you got to do right now, like the amount of fruitfulness that will come from that is amazing. It's astounding, right? So I feel like a lot of you are realizing that, like, wow, that really wasn't that bad. That really wasn't scary. That really wasn't blah, 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 222 I just saw, right? You're being rewarded for this. Okay. Spiritually blocked? Yeah, because I was just thinking about, there could have been somebody that was trying to make it seem that it was a lot more scary than it is. But that's whatever. It's, you have to take it upon yourself. Either you do or you don't. And I feel like for a lot of you, you did. And you're realizing, wow, it's really not that bad. Alright, so we have somebody spiritually blocked. This could have been the person that was trying to project onto you to make it seem like, you know, overcoming that fear, like it's just impossible, it's scary, and then something clicked where you're just like, wow, it's, you know what, why am I afraid? What is there to be afraid of? What is there to be scared of, right? So something clicked for you, which is good. What's not clicking, Steven? Right? I feel like your angels could have been like, what are you not getting? What are you not getting? It's just fruit. That was funny. Alright, and then we have Listen to God and Jade. These came out together. Hold on. That's okay, Pumpkin. And then, what was I saying? Because that was just so funny. She's so funny. Yeah, so somebody could be spiritually blocked. And because of this, they were trying to, like, make you more afraid than necessary, trying to project that, like, sense of fear that it's not really necessary, and it's just, like, the reality of it is, like, what is there to be afraid of, right? So, that's that. And then we have Listen to God, the letter J. So, somebody with the first, last, middle, initial name of a word or place could begin with the letter J. But I'm also getting, it's literally just. All you have to do is just listen to God. That is it. That's all you have to do. Just listen to God, right? Just listen to God. It's so simple. It's so easy. Okay? So simple, so easy, right? All you got to do is just listen to God. And a lot of you are realizing that's all you got to do. And when you're doing that, you're overcoming these fears and obstacles, and you're just like, wow, that's, my blessings are right there. This is so easy. Wow. So yeah, that's that. All right, let me move on. She's right there. She's working on her puzzle, and she's so funny though. We got the letter Z. Somebody wants you to go back asleep. They don't want you to just listen to God. They want you to be where, maybe when, obviously when you're not awake and you're not aware, you're sleeping. You're not listening to God. You're not aware. You're not receiving messages. You're not understanding. You're not making forward movement. You're not getting rewards. You're not discovering things. You're not learning. You're not being present, right? You're not having the ability to use your intuition. What is this feeling? What is this? It's I feel right now, I feel like somebody is like taking a magnifying glass and like putting it right here. Like somebody is like really trying to like zoom in on me. You know how like when you're on your phone and you're like zooming in on a picture or something? That's literally what it feels like right now. Like somebody's like zooming in on me right now. All right, that's what it feels like. So, but yeah, and I feel like who this person or these people that are spiritually blocked, they were trying to keep you asleep with that, and all you have to do is just listen to God. That's it. And you could just be realizing that too. Like, wow, all I gotta do is just listen to God. That's it. Like, yeah, that's it. What's not clicking, Steven? Right? And it's so funny. I've been hearing that so much lately. Yeah, so that's it. Right? With the letter Z. Somebody wanted you to be asleep. That's these people. They're spiritually blocked, and they know that you have potential. You have gifts. You have inheritance. You have a lineage, you have a long line ahead of you. You have things in store for you, right? And you can't get them. You won't be able to access them if you are operating in fear and your lowest devilish self, the red, right? If you're sleeping, you're not listening, you're not aware, you're not being present. You're in the what if, or how come, or if I don't, like, you're not in the present moment making the decisions that are necessary for your growth. Hold on, my phone's actually right. So that's that. Yeah. All right. I guess I can move on now. I don't know why I did it. This could be you asking yourself, like, why was I so afraid before? Why did I not do this or before? Like, I don't know why I did it. A lot of you could also be asking yourselves, like, so like somebody could be asking you, like, what changed, or what was your inspiration, or what made you want to go from doing this to doing that, right? And a lot of you there's no words to describe. It's just you can't explain why. Like, okay, for example, like somebody asked me about my art, right? And they'll be like, what's your inspiration? And to one person that asked me this, he was like, what's your inspiration? I was like, I don't know. Like, I just be doing the paint, right? And it's so funny. But then I realized that it's God, right? Because another woman asked me, she was like, where do you get your inspiration? I was like, God, right? So for a lot of you, people could be asking you, like, what made you want to do this, or what was this, or what was your inspiration, or how did you overcome this, or how did you achieve that, and blah, blah, blah. And you don't know how to explain that. You don't know how to word that. So you could just be like, I don't know why. I just felt like I had to, or I don't know why. Like, it just felt like it went well with whatever, or I don't know why, but I just felt like instead of going down the left lane, I just had to go down the right lane, right? And you don't. There's really no words to explain that, but the best way to explain that, if you're comfortable, is just saying it was just God. That's it. I don't know why. I don't know how. It's God, right? It just, God said, what's not clicking, Steven? Right? And you're like, oh, I gotta, not this one, that way. Right? So, that's that. Alright, so let me move on now. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I'm gonna switch the decks now.
Mom.
Yes, baby.
Can you put the cup?
The cup? What's in the cup? No, don't put them in the cup.
Okay.
Why would I use pepper? Journey reverse. I gotta wait for that to end. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Alright, yeah, journey reverse. I feel like whoever is spiritually blocked and wanted you to be asleep, they just didn't want you to go anywhere. They didn't want you to go forward. They didn't want you to go towards your blessings, your fruitfulness, your inheritance, your have a lineage, nothing like that. All right, they didn't want you to realize that all you had to do was just listen to God. So I feel like the intention was to make sure you weren't going forward in life, you weren't progressing spiritually, you weren't healing emotionally, you weren't becoming wise mentally, right? You weren't clear mentally, I guess I could say. Right, you would always be, like, in the dream, like, you would always be stuck in some sort of cabinet, hiding, afraid, fear of responsibilities, knocking on the cabinet, banging on the cabinet, like, yo, you got inheritances, you got responsibilities, you got things, you got a bunch of seeds to grow and plant and cultivate and blah, 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 but you're too afraid to do it. Get out of the cabinet. Come on, get out. But I feel like the whole, that's where a guy's like, what's not clicking, Steven? Right? But these people are just like, no, stay in there. Stay in the cabinet. Don't come out. Be afraid. Be asleep. Don't listen to God. And God just came through and was like, did whatever God does. And now, so you having people asking you, like, how did you do that? How did you heal? How did you fix yourself? What made you want to blah, 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 blah? And you could just, I don't know. Like, you could just be saying, I don't know why I did it. I did it 333. You don't know why. Right? You can't explain it. That's because it was God. God did that. My candle just went out. Oh, man. Someone was trying to blow out your candle. Like your light. Trying to blow out your light. No way. I just saw 333 again. What is this? Look. House upright. Sudden wealth upright. House upright. Sudden wealth upright. Someone didn't want you to move forward in life because they knew that if you ever got out of that cabinet, if you ever got out of that fear, if you ever overcame that fear and got control, right, and did what you had to do, you opened that door, this would be there for you. A happy home, nice home, finances, wealth, abundance, clarity, fruitfulness, health, wealth, and everything in between. Right? This is why. This is why. Because this person, these people did not want you to get this. 2011. Something could have happened in 2011. Something significant about 2011. 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's about 10, 5, 10, 13 years ago. So either something happened 13 years ago or something happened when you were 13 years old. Or something happened between the ages of 2 and 11 years old to you. Or something was done, like a binding spell to keep you bound from overcoming fear and obstacles in your life. Right? Like, hello, responsibility is knocking. Hello, your duty, your purpose is knocking. Hello. And this person, these people, they were just, no, keep like sleeping spells. Right, keeping you unmotivated, procrastinating, lazy, like irresponsible. Right, you're not exactly reliable, or you would have the illusion of people thinking that you're unreliable. Right, so no one would ask you to do anything, or like, I don't need. Just it's not worth asking the collective. Don't ask the collective. Right, whether or not there's proof of you being unreliable, it's just the illusion. Right. Yeah, that's why. Because this, right? And it's like, well, if they're not really unreliable, what can we do to make them seem unreliable or to make them live out the fact that they are unreliable, right? But it's kind of like, God's like, what's that clicking, Steven? And you woke up, right? And you got out of that cabinet and you took control. You overcame your fears. Because all you had to do was just listen to God. That's it. That's it. And now you're getting this. You're getting a home. If it's not like a home, like a physical home, it's you getting control of yourself, right? You being in control of yourself. Because a lot of the times, too, it's like, how can you expect to have control and power if you can't even control and have power over yourself? You see? So I feel like a lot of that was also the point as well. But, so if it's not like a home, it's just you being in control and being in power of, like, yourself. Like, you can, you know, because if you don't know yourself, people like this will be able to do whatever and, you know, have control over you and have power over you. Oh, man. That's why it's important to be able to be in control of yourself and know where you are and where you stand and your strengths and what you can overcome and step into your power, right? So, this is so nice and warm. So, I feel like, for some of you, it is a house, like a home. Also, keep in mind what may be a home to someone else, right, may not be. A home is what you make it, pretty much, okay? A home is what you make it. So, for some people, like, them having their own apartment, like, that is a blessing. Them being able to buy the house that they've always wanted, that's also a blessing, right? And so, a home is what you make it, all right? Whether it's a house, a home, an apartment, a loft, a guest house, a room to rent, it's yours, right? And so basically a home is what you make it. So whatever it is, you're getting this and sudden wealth. So like finances, right? I'm also getting like a wealth of peace, a wealth of abundance. For some of you, your health could be getting better. Okay? Alright, I'm going to move on to tarot, and then I think I'm going to close the reading at that point because it's Christmas Eve, and I don't want to do this anymore today. I just don't want to be at my table for too long today. That's what I should say, really. I mean, if I have to, I will, right? Like, if I have to do, like, another reading or, like, personal readings or whatever the case it is, right? But I'd rather not have to sit at the table all day. I'm also getting, side note, somebody's trying to keep you stuck where you don't want to be. So when you start feeling that way, I know this is going to sound so cliche, but just rebuke it in the name of the Most High God. And it's so funny because I'm looking at a card and it says, I will praise your name, Lord, for it is good. Psalm 56 or 54:6. That's right there. So if you start feeling like oppressed or like encroached upon, or like you're feeling like you don't want to be somewhere, but you got people making it seem like you have to. All right, you always have a choice. That's a side note. King of Wands. Oh boy. Upright. Yeah, that came out. The King of Wands upright. Alright, sorry. I know I keep like pausing and stuff like that. My bad. Oh yeah, King of Wands. So yeah, you could be focused on just listening to God and being close to God, and there's also something about with the King of Wands. When the King of Wands, they have like a vision in mind, or they have a goal in mind, they will stop at nothing to obtain it, to ensure it, to achieve it, right? And I feel like with this King of Wands, either you're a divine feminine, divine masculine, you would know. So I feel like for you, what your goal in mind right now, what you want to achieve most, which is now available for you to achieve, right? Which is now possible for you to achieve, because you're now just listening to God. That's all you had to do. So now you're realizing, well, if that's all I have to do, then that's all I'm going to continue to do. And God's like, yes, right? So I feel like right now it's kind of like the house, the home, the finances, the job, the opportunity, the career, the promotion, the growth. That's what's your focus right now. And it's working. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's going towards it. And one thing too about a King of Wands is very fierce, very passionate, very. It's like they're already in motion, right? They're in motion. Nothing's gonna stop them. They're gonna use their staff of wands to just knock everything out of their way. Any obstacles that's in their way, they're just gonna knock it out, because it's like that's not. Oh, that's why. Yesterday's reading, I kept hearing, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. But now I'm hearing it again. Because it's like if it's in front of them, and if it's not correlating with their vision, with their whatever it is that they're seeing, if it's not what they want, they're going to knock it out of the way. Right? So you could be this King of Wands or Queen of Wands. Okay? But yeah, look, it says power, leadership, strength, courage, expansion, visionary, successful, swift will. Yeah, you're taking control. You're overcoming things, right? You're gaining courage. You're gaining strength, and the more you overcome, the more strength you step into, the more powerful you become, right? I'm also getting lion, right? Leo lion from tarot. I'm seeing the strength card. There's something about like your mouth or your roar. You know how like when a lion roars, or like they roar, right? They do that. It's like people just kind of like stop in their tracks and they pay attention, they look and they listen. Stop, take a look and listen, right? So it's kind of like whatever this King of Wands has to say, people are listening as well. I never noticed that. What is that, a lizard? I think that's a lizard. I never noticed that. That's a lizard. I feel like reptiles, right? They're very intelligent, right? But the possible downside of reptiles, right, is because of how smart they are, they tend to feel like they don't need that sense of empathy and compassion, because, you know, not just because they're cold-blooded or anything like that, but that does play a role, right? But I feel like this person is learning not to be cold-blooded, right? Because again, they're a King of Wands, so it's fire, passion, warmth, right? Ferocity, I should say, right? But they're being smart about this. Whatever this is, they're being very smart about it, as they should be, right? As they should be. because they could also be picking up on the fact that somebody around them wants them to be asleep. Somebody around them was trying to make sure or trying to ensure that they would not grow to be able to become this King of Wands or Queen of Wands and to achieve. There's something about like, all right, I'm not gonna say that. Whatever it is that they want to achieve. Okay. Stop. Take a look and listen. Who sings that? Elvis sings that, right? This King of Wands could be like being more aware, right? Being more present in the here and now. Or this Queen of Wands, this could be you, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, you'll know. And they're realizing that the more present they are, the more that they're paying attention to the things that are happening right now, the more that they're listening and using their intuition. It's like everything is clicking, right? Everything is clicking. I'll get a couple more and then I'm going to close the reading. Eight of Wands. Wow. So whoever was trying to block you, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, they're realizing that it's not only did it not work, but they see the progression that you're making. There's something about the progression that you're making, the fast movement, also with this King of Wands energy, or you could be a Queen of Wands, right? But it's just the energy. Like, I'm also getting, because masculine energy is about movement. It's action, right? It's you're doing things, right? It's action. So this person or these people that were trying to block you and keep you asleep and making sure that you're lazy, you procrastinate, you're unmotivated, blah 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 blah. They see, wow, you're making movement, and it's concerning them because you're moving a little too fast. You're making progress you're making too much progress, right? It's concerning them. They see this. They could also want to communicate with you or talk to you. I would be very cautious as well about the things that come out of their mouth, because a lot of the things that may come out of this person's mouth or the things that come out of these people's mouths, it would just be like confusions and illusions to question you and your progress. All right, so I would be very cautious, because if you communicate with these people and you already have an inkling, right, an idea of who these people are, I would suggest use your intuition the most. It could be a Sagittarius. It could be another fire sign if you're a fire sign, but it could be a Sagittarius that's like wants to like confuse you or make it seem like, I don't know, they want to do something to put you back asleep, or you being asleep benefits this person, because it's like if you're asleep, they could like use and abuse you for their own benefits, or like this could be somebody that like, it's kind of giving like somebody like a mule. Oh wow, like a DRUG mule or something like that. But when you were asleep, it's like it's easy for you to be used and abused and do this and do that and do this and do that and do this and do that. But like when you're awake, you can't. I'm not doing that for what? There's nothing in that for me, and God's telling me no. So no. So you're in that energy right now. Be careful of this person, right? Because they want to be able to, like, are you sure you want to be awake? And it's like, what kind of question is that? Like, me being awake is ensuring this. What are you talking about? Why would I want to go back asleep? So be cautious, all right? Your progression is it's concerning them. And also, I would suggest being quiet. Like, if they want to communicate with you, you don't necessarily have to engage in the conversation, or if they ask you questions, you don't really necessarily have to answer them. You're not entitled, you're not obligated, right? Unless this is like a court thing, but it doesn't seem like it's a court thing. So if it's not a court thing, right, you're not obligated to, I'm hearing this person wants you to expose your secrets, but you're not obligated to tell them anything, especially when it comes to your ideas and the things that you're taking action to, which is what you're doing right now. Being in this King of Wands energy, the King of Wands takes action. The Queen of Wands takes action, takes movement, is doing things, is listen, I'm already doing this, blah 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 blah. I don't have time to chit chat with you, right? That's the error. I don't have time to just kind of like sit down and just relax for a bit. That's the earth. I don't have time to just, delve deep into my dreams and hopes and wishes with you. That's the water. To them, I got things to do. Right? I don't have time to, right? Yes, my love. You eat it. That's yours.
No.
You don't want it?
No.
Why not? It's for you.
But it's not.
She's like, but it's not. But I gave it to you.
But I'm not.
You don't want to eat it?
No.
Okay. Do you want a different one? No, that one's Mama's. Do you want one with M&Ms?
No.
No.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay.
Let's go mushroom.
Okay, well, give me about... Yeah, give me a second. Mommy's almost done. Yes, baby. 10 of Cups upright. 4 of Pentacles reverse. Wow. This Temperance on the bottom of the deck reverse. That's more Sagittarius. Yeah, there could be a karmic Sagittarius around this Queen of Wands, King of Wands. It could also be, if you're a Sagittarius, there's a karmic Sagittarius around you as well.
There's always time for something fresh with time savers
Hold on.
from Unifer.
Not yet. If it's not about Sagittarius, it's just about the 9th house, about your spiritual growth, right? You wanting to gain higher wisdom, higher learning, right? You working on your morals, you working on your ethics, you working on the things that basically fuel you and feed you, right? And I feel like it's this 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups came out upright, right? It came out upright. That's what this person wants. That's what you want, right? Whether you're the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, house, sudden wealth, 10 of Cups. That is stability, finances, family. That's what this person wants. And this person is like, oh, that's what I want. All I have to do is listen to God and not be able to get it. Okay, say less. That's it. That's just so simple. It's so simple to do. There could be a karmic Sagittarius that's trying to make it seem like this is unattainable for this person, or make it seem like this is unattainable, like you can't get this, or why would you want that, or it's so hard to maintain. It's like there's also something about this person trying to make it seem like that's a big responsibility. Are you sure you want to do that? That's a lot. That's a lot, right? And it's like it could have been like this could be like a scorned Sagittarius, or like listen, if this is a karmic Sagittarius, that's wicked, because like if this is a karmic Sagittarius, right? Obviously, whatever they've experienced in their life, it hindered them. They are using that excuse to they just stopped. They stopped learning. They stopped growing. They stopped whatever, and they see you, and they're trying to make it seem like, trust me, blah 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 blah. But they're speaking to you or giving advice from their own personal experience, right? And that's the thing. You got to be careful from listening to advice about people. That's what I was saying. This person, they want to communicate with you, but you have to be very careful about the things that they're saying or the things that they've said to you, because they're speaking to you from their own experiences, but their own experiences are not good. And that's not an excuse to not listen to someone, because some people can have bad experiences but use those experiences to help give proper wisdom and teach people, right, about the dangers of what happens if you do wrong, or if you go down this path, or blah 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 blah. No, whoever this person is doesn't have to be a Sagittarius. Whoever this person is, their experiences in life, they're using those bad experiences to incite fear and incite chaos and incite to make people be, oh my gosh, responsibilities. I can't. Right? And it's just like the angels are saying, what's not clicking? Why are you so afraid? What is there to be afraid of? And then one day God stepped in, and you're just like, you know what? That's what I want, and I'm gonna go get it. That's the King of Wands action. So you're getting this. And I do feel like with the 4 of Pentacles reversed, I feel like usually the 4 of Pentacles reverse can be a bad card, depending on the reading, depending on how it's coming out. But I feel like in this situation, because it can represent not letting go, holding on to things, being possessive, greed. It says greed, materialism, lack of originality, possessiveness, obstacles. But I feel like in this situation, this King of Wands or this Queen of Wands, nothing is gonna stop you from achieving this. Nothing. It's like you're locked and loaded. Like that's the target. Your home, your finances, and a family. That's it. Nothing's gonna get in the way of that. Oh boy. So yeah, right? That's that. Temperance again on the bottom of the deck, reverse. I don't know why I said again when it was already there, right? I feel like whoever wants to communicate with you, again, be very careful about the things that come out of their mouth, right? And I do feel like the things that are going to come out of this person's mouth, a lot of it is supposed to like create drama to steer you away from what you have, like a clear sight, like you have a goal in mind, like this is a beeline for you, right? Like you're just speaking. But I feel like this person, they want to like cause some sort of like instability or chaos or something. It's just, so you're going towards your peace and you know that it's achievable for you. You're not going to let anything stop you from getting that. This person wants you to be afraid of going towards this peace and wants to make it seem like it's scary, it's hard work, it's this, it's that, you need to be afraid, and trust me, blah 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 blah, this happened and this blah blah blah. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what they went through, because that's not my business, right? But instead of the things that this person's gone through, they're using that experience to incite fear and doubt and chaos and confusion, right? That's the problem. When you should be using your testimony to give inspiration and healing and words of wisdom and, things like that. But that's not the case here, right? I feel like this person, when words come out of their mouth, what happens is like it just amplifies the fears and the chaos, and this is somebody who revels in this disconduct and drama. They love that. Are you here?
Yeah.
They need that. They love that. They thrive in that. She didn't like this, by the way.
What? I'll give you some. Hold on.
She didn't like this. She didn't want it.
No.
So yeah. Look, this person, they're trying to like make you afraid of being in a partnership, a union, a relationship. The Two of Cups upright is behind the Temperance card in reverse. It's like, are you sure you want to be in a relationship? Are you sure you want to be engaged? Are you sure you want to be married? Are you sure you want to be with that person? Are you sure? Because this can happen and that can happen, and this happened to me and blah blah blah, and from my experience and blah, and it's just like, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. That's not at all. That person is speaking out of fear, and because they're speaking out of fear and past trauma, they're speaking fear into other people from their past trauma and their fears and their worries, and that's not. So you could be realizing this person, like, their words don't mean shit. Okay? Anyway, so this is a reading. Hope it helps. Merry Christmas Eve. And if you need a personal reading, please email me. I will give you the personal readings. Alright? My pricings are in my About Me section. I gotta go. Bye.